Hi there, my name is Kathrin and I'm the founder and CEO of Femtech Insider. And we just celebrated menopause, World Menopause Day last weekend. And I'm excited to do a bit of a check-in today with Alessandra Henderson, one of the co-founders of Elektra Health. And to get started, Alessandra, maybe you just want to talk a little bit about what Elektra Health does.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me, and happy World Menopause Day, World Menopause Month, actually, to everyone. So Elektra Health is on a mission to smash the menopause taboo. And we do that by empowering women with world-class and evidence-based education, care, and community. We're based in New York, and we've been around for about 2 years now. We have a live telemedicine clinic that's actively treating women and connecting women with the best experts in the menopause space. And we also have an educational and community platform where women can really learn and connect with one another. These are both really important aspects of this time of life, given how taboo menopause has been. So we really want to make sure that we're providing as supportive and knowledgeable environment as possible for women navigating this time of life.
So we spoke a little bit earlier about some press that you had yesterday and a bit of a shout out. Yeah. So maybe if you want to talk about that a little bit, that would be, I think, really, really interesting. And I'm also generally curious how you feel about kind of influencers of sorts, or like, celebrities speaking up more about menopause and how that has impacted the menopause destigmatization movement over the past couple of months and years.
Yeah, so we were excited. We got a shout out in Katie Couric's Wake Up newsletter yesterday. So, we launched for World Menopause Day. We launched our Smash the Taboo email series, which is a 10-day email series to help educate women about this phase of life, both perimenopause, menopause, hormones, integrative solutions, lifestyle, supplements, really everything and anything in between. And so Katie Couric, as I mentioned, gave us a shout out in her newsletter. So we obviously saw a lot of women coming through that. It was, I think it's incredibly important to have, well-known women, and they don't have to be, the most beautiful actresses, and, it doesn't just have to be actresses. I think it's just important that every single, that women really have public figures who speak up and out about this phase of life. It's when you really start to see other women talking about both kind of their struggles or what solutions and what helps them that can really kind of tease this apart and really help remove a lot of the fear and shame and stigma. We really want to change the narrative. One thing I didn't actually mention in our conversation, we also partnered with another menopause brand to actually take over menopause.com. So we partnered with State of Menopause, which is kind of a products company here in the US, where Elektra provided a lot of kind of the written content and written by our medical experts to take over menopause.com. So any woman can go on and sign up and really start to learn. Again, it's about starting conversations. We're happy to see that actually the Today Show featured, or there was a segment about menopause.com there. So between, obviously World Menopause Day, but also we're really seeing women like Michelle Obama, Oprah's been vocal about this, Gillian Anderson, a lot of women are speaking up and out. And so we're really, really excited to hear that, because it starts to open up the conversation for other women around the world and around the table.
Great. So we already talked a little bit about sort of influencers, and that there's a bit of a conversation ongoing about menopause and more, women joining that conversation. So maybe looking back to the beginning when you started Elektra Health to today, how do you see the evolution of the space?
Yeah, it's really grown, and it's exciting for us to see more entrepreneurs, more funding, and more solutions kind of coming to market. When I first started looking into menopause, even several years ago, there were really only 1 or 2 companies that I was following. Of course, there were some in the pharma and actually some medical device space, but really from a consumer perspective, there really weren't as many companies. Over the last year and a half, we're seeing a lot more. Obviously, it's very early days, but we see this as all really exciting developments for us because it really is kind of a rising tide rises all boats. One thing that's interesting, I was looking at, for example, just media coverage of menopause. I looked at, New York Times, for example. About 5 or 6 years ago, if you search menopause on New York Times, there were only, I think it was about 33 or maybe 35 mentions throughout, all year long. Last year alone, it was up to 80, and now we're kind of continuing to see that progress forward. The same is kind of echoed across women's magazines, medical journals. It's exciting to see this conversation really happening in more public spaces. And of course, we see a lot of opportunity for new solutions for women. It's a huge demographic with a lot of spending power. So, we're excited to see new solutions coming to market to help women with, their symptoms, with their care, just even navigating this time of life.
So you talked a little bit about the projects that you've recently launched with your 10-day course and also sort of the takeover of menopause. What are sort of the immediate and maybe not so immediate plans for Elektra Health?
Yeah, so as we look to the future, we're really excited about becoming the go-to destination where women can learn about and really find solutions, really curated, evidence-based and solutions that are recommended by doctors. And so as we kind of evolve our platform, we will be growing out our educational arm of this. We've really realized for many women, it's about starting not at ground zero, but just really explaining what menopause is, where they are in their journey and solutions around it. So really expanding our educational coverage, as well as building out kind of a digital product that really acts as a woman's companion over the course of her 7 to 10 year journey. So from Elektra, we can kind of expect both our website and our digital product to be kind of both under development and launching in the coming months.
Great. Thank you so much for your time, Alessandra. That was really insightful.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.